Dr. Fauci, welcome to BNC Live.
And joining us, Judge Greg Mathis.
It's always a pleasure having you, Attorney James Cook. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to BNC Live. I'm Tashanea Whitlow. We begin with that devastating news out of South Florida. From COVID concerns to sticker shock at the pumps, live team coverage. You see it, everybody in place. 37 million Americans prepare to hit the roads and skies this holiday. We begin with Stephanie Bertini. She is live on Miami Beach for Memorial Day weekend hotspot. Stephanie, girl, I want your job today. Are the incentives offered by California, Ohio, New York working to actually get people vaccinated? It looks like we're having some trouble with Dr. Hebert. So as soon as we get everybody's favorite doc back, we'll have him answer those questions for you so we can make sure that you are traveling safely this weekend for the unofficial start of summer. The controversial heartbeat law now joins more than a dozen other states banning abortions after that heartbeat is detected as early as 6 weeks. I mean, most women don't even know they're pregnant at that time. Can you pick up where I left off? You need no introduction unless you've been living under a rock for the past 14 months. You and other CDC officials were grilled on Capitol Hill about conflicting messages regarding mask wearing. Was this move to lift the mask mandate political? Let's talk about the J&J vaccine. Now, we know in the beginning it was marketed heavily to Black and brown communities as a one and done deal, but it was recalled because of rare blood clots, and now we're also hearing about an outbreak among vaccinated Yankees players. Dr. Fauci, do you still stand by J&J's one shot? You're 30 years of law enforcement. What do you make of this uptick in violence? And Major Frazier, you did mention the Biden administration's plan, which is to $350 billion. They're trying to make that available in state and local funding to communities that are experiencing this heartbreaking surge in gun violence that we're seeing. Now, those dollars will come from the American Rescue Plan, and it can also be used for more officers and equipment. But the plan is voluntary. So based on your experience, should this strategy be required versus then allowing people to opt in or opt out? Major Frazier, I appreciate your response, but you didn't answer the question. What exactly are you seeing there? You told us about your plan, but what are you seeing? Mayor Johnson, do we need more policing in our communities? Is that encouraging Black folks to get out and vote, or is that keeping us away from the polls?
I don't think these restrictive laws are encouraging anyone to go out and vote. Black folks, brown folks, anybody, because they are punitive in some ways. They are very egregious. They stoke fear in some places. We're finding ourselves in a place and time where states are wanting to criminalize offering someone water or snacks.
That's not true. That is not true. I work with the governor of Georgia on that bill. That is not in the language.
Okay, well, we have to be respectful. So let's Miss Mosley, please continue your thought. Mr. Jackson, we'll go right to you thereafter. It's getting heated in here. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Miss Mosley, if you can give us your brief final wrap, please.
And Attorney Crump, not only is this impacting the family, but it's also impacting you and your family. I heard there are reports that you've been threatened.
Well, you know, my personal hero is Justice Thurgood Marshall. And he lived every day of his life with these constant death threats. But we have to be willing to die for something, as my ancestors were willing to die for the day that one day I will have this legal education and be able to go into any courtroom in America and fight for those without a voice.
It's an oath that rings true today as we remember George Floyd, a year after he was killed by the weight of a knee of an officer. A weight felt by Black Americans after viewing images of Black men being killed on camera. In our mental health segment, we examine how to process these troubling images. It's a weight to be Black, my goodness. And here with us to discuss that and more, medical director and mental health influencer, Dr. Lakeisha Legree. Welcome to BNC Live. My goodness, just reading those names, the weight I felt, the anxiety. I mean, it just seems as if Black death has been normalized. What would you say to a parent who is in that same lonely space that you were in, that just feels, I don't know if I can do this? When you started the book, it was dark. I mean, you were literally thinking about your own funeral, who would attend, and then it starts from darkness, and then it brings us to the light toward the end, as you know, lessons learned. Is that where you are physically? And I think that is really the takeaway, is that someone like you can sit on the other side of the makeup chair, of the world stage, of all of the amenities that life has afforded you for your hard work, and say, it's okay to say, I need help. We don't have any video of any of your stunts. Do you think you could kind of like show us a quick move? Like something fast?
Watch out.
We have to wrap, unfortunately, but I would love if you can give me a hee-hee.
Oh. You did it too good. I can't beat that. So I'm going to let you just have that, and we'll go with that, because you got me off guard on that one.
TJ Jackson, it was such a pleasure having you. Again, my condolences with you and your family as you all mark the 12 years since your uncle's passed. Thank you for joining us on BNC.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.